All right. Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be playing Knights of the Underbed, a game where you play small toys and stuffed animals of children who protect them from monsters and nightmares. I believe everyone already has all their characters picked out, so let's go around real quick and have everyone introduce themselves and their character and say like a real quick short snippet of what their character is. So let's start with the person to my right, which is always going to be different. So let's say Ray, you're going to go first.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Ray. Today I am Hampton, the Squeak Lord of Doom. I'm a hamster, and I'm sworn to protect Billy the Brave, who is my child. And they are vigilant, and I have some really interesting traits. I'm really excited to be on this adventure with everybody, and I don't know how much more you would like me to say. Is that enough, or is there more that I should cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. Also, just to let everyone know, Hampton is an actual hamster, whereas most of you are stuffed animals and or toys that have come to life. Hampton is one of the Hampton is an actual hamster. I don't think we made that clear in the character sheet when we made it. So yeah, that's why you have a hamster ball of doom, because you're a literal hamster living in a hamster ball. There you go.
All right.
Yep, exactly.
I'm ready.
All right. Next up, we have Autumn on my screen, so I'm just going in order here. So go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Autumn. I am playing Princess Foxy, who is, as you can probably guess, a fox. And her traits include being charismatic, educated, and insightful.
Awesome. All right, next up we have Morgan. Or
Hi.
actually Nikki, I should say.
I'm Nikki. I'm playing Morgan the Black Cat, who is an archmage and believes that I am the knight.
Awesome. And next up we have Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm going to be playing Gus, the corgi, the dog. There wasn't a pug option or a Frenchie option, but this is the closest I could get. And his kid is Billy the Brave, and his Gus's traits are he is loyal and vigilant.
Awesome. All right, and next we have, is it Ray?
Yeah, Rasmus. Also known the self-proclaimed king of Nordendal. I play Tigger the Tigger. Hello, Tigger the Tiger.
Yes.
He's basically this guy. So
this is true.
That says everything. Yeah, he's basically this guy, but with claws and dangerous. Not.
Yes. All right, and finally, last but not least, we have Timothy.
My name is Bert, and I am the Knight of the Underbed, of course. I'm here to protect Billy. He can get into some trouble if not too protected by his friends, all of us here. You see, the measure of a bear is how he treats those around him, and so I have sworn my life's blood that none shall pass into the Underbed without my permission. So, with that, I think we will all do well and band together to ensure our safety and the safety of our boy.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. So today we're going to do something a little bit different from some of the other games you may have played already. Besides D&D, I think you also played Changeling and a few other games. So today we're actually going to collaborate together as a group, and we're going to help create the setting and story for the adventure that we're going to play through today. So what I'm going to do is, in the same order that we just did, I'm going to go through the group, and I'm going to ask each of you to add to the setting detail one thing. It's going to be one true thing, and it could be one of 5 things. It could be a theme, a threat, a location, a face, which is like a person, or a group or an organization. We already have a couple things already. We have under faces, we have Billy the Brave, who is a brave child. And one of the things we know that's true about Billy is that Billy is protected by a group of Nighty Knights who are all of you. And I'm writing this in my notes here as a GM. So, and under locations, we have another location, which is Billy's house. And where Billy lives with Billy's family. But other than that, we haven't determined anything else. Oh, actually, under groups, technically, we do have Knights of Underbed, or the Nighty Knights. And all of you are members. So, starting with Ray Hampton, tell us one thing that is true about our game, our adventure that's going to happen today. And it could be anything with a setting. So it could be like a theme, a threat, a person, a place, like a location or a group or organization. And if it's something that already exists, you can add more details. And usually when you tell me something, I'm going to have you tell me like three cool things or three true things that are like minor details. It could be anything from like Billy has red hair to Billy is really good in math and science, or Billy owns just these toys, which are us and no other toys, or something like that. So go ahead, Hampton, give us a true thing.
Can I say Billy is afraid of the closet? Is that something along those lines?
Sure, you could totally say that.
Okay.
Billy the Brave is afraid of the closet.
But yeah, you can be brave and scared at the same time.
Exactly, it's true.
Okay.
So the closet seems to be like a location.
Right.
Let's say, well, if I can spell right now, Billy's room, and then in Billy's room, closet. Tell me three things that are true about the closet.
Okay, so the
besides
light.
Besides Billy being afraid.
Right. So the light always has to be on. There is sometimes a sound coming from it that no one knows what it is.
Strange sound emanating.
Strange sound emanating, and it's a little smelly because of sneakers.
Sneakers smelly. Awesome. All right. Next up, we have Autumn.
I'm not sure where to go with this, but can there be a location like between the bed and the wall where toys sometimes get lost or are afraid of, or something like that?
Pit of despair.
Sure. Oh no.
The space between. How about we call it that?
Ooh.
Mm.
Toys get lost here. All right. And tell me three things that are true about the space between, besides toys getting lost here. And if you don't want to add more, that's fine too. I should also say, if you're good at like one to no more details, that's fine too. Because we can always sometimes be like, it's better to leave it up to the imagination and to figure out later and, color it in later. But go ahead. I should have said that at the very beginning. If you want to add stuff.
I don't think I have anything else unless someone else wants to add something.
Kibitzing is always welcome, as long as, yeah. I claim all the extra details. Do you want to add something, Bert?
No. I'm all about the underbed, of course.
Okay. All right. Then next up we have Morgan, go ahead and tell us your detail. You're on mute.
Unmute.
Well, okay, we'll start over. That the Knights of the Underbed headquarters is on the top of the toy chest at the end of the bed.
Toy chest.
Where heroes
the
are supposed to live.
End of the bed. Now, the HQ, is it just like the toy chest lid? Like, is it just that? Or is it actually like, is there a toy castle beige skull? Or some sort of like built like Brickman castle set or something that's there that the knights have, or it could even be something, you know, like you know, Space Wars you know, build set of like a crazy spaceship or something.
I like the what was Mumra's castle or his hideout? It was like a skull, wasn't it?
Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull is from He-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Mumra, you're thinking. Oh,
Oh wait a minute, I was
I
thinking
don't remember.
Skeletor. I'm getting my 80s cartoons confused.
Oh, okay, if you were thinking Skeletor,
cool.
that was Snake Mountain.
I like him having like this huge skull castle as our home base.
okay, yeah. Plastic Skull Castle as HQ. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to add? 3 true things.
No.
Okay. All right. All right, got the notes. All right, Brian.
Well, I mean, given the references of the toys in the room and the castles, I'm going to assume that Billy is 45. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Toys can be passed down from one generation to the next.
Well, he could be, or they could be.
You know,
Yeah.
why not? So, yeah, let's.
Billy's room is in the basement, and they've been living with their parents.
I think I know that person.
Yeah, you know Billy. But just make comments like worst episode ever. Yeah, I guess let's talk about Billy.
Sure.
Billy is 6. Let's do that. That sound good? 6, good.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to Billy. Okay. Is 6 years old. Okay. And you can add 3 things to tell us about Billy the Brave.
Okay. Billy has red hair. Let's do that.
Okay. Do we have do you want to give Billy pronouns or anything else about Billy, like school, subjects or things that they're into, or like besides Hampton, because Hampton is obviously a pet of Billy's. Are there any other pets in the house that Billy, is the owner or caretaker of, or Billy's family, like details, like is there any extended family that lives with the family, or siblings, parents, stuff like that?
All right. Let's see here. So Billy has a new baby brother.
Okay.
Let's do that. And then like little baby brother, infant, and loves bubblegum. And really likes science class, like where they talk about, bugs and, neat stuff that, maybe ways to make bubblegum. That's what kids do now, right? They make slimes and goos and
yep.
Maybe hoping someday to learn how to make bubblegum.
All right.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we have to defend him is because there's an evil gang running about the rats in the wall.
Rats in the wall. Alrighty.
Yeah. And they, for 3 things, they have watchdogs in the form of cockroaches. And there is a rumor, it's not the truth, it's just a rumor that the cockroaches are able to go into the void between the bed and the wall. Yeah, we don't like them, do we?
Goodness.
Yeah, and that's just everything I got, I think. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Bert.
Gather round, let me tell you a tale of the underbed. You'll see, the underbed is a dark and dreary place full of dust and detritus. For those who have fallen through the space between have met their folly in the fuzzy abyss. If you listen closely, you can hear the wheezing call of the siren, the air vent, as it billows her gusty song. When entering, you would do well to time things, for when the air is chilled and dry, she will cease her song and the storm will subside. The fallen ones are often deranged and darkened, overcome with the sorrows of being lost and forgotten, and have been twisted by the unforgiving waste. Occasional islands, made of his discarded garments, may give respite to the dangerous waves, but beware, for their stench threatens to leave its mark upon you for weeks later, until you are gifted the glory of the downy fabric softener. Beware, my friends, for here there be monsters.
You got all that?
So in summary, there's a lot of dust and detritus.
Stanky unders.
The toys have fallen. There's lots of socks and underwear. There's an air vent under there that tends to have a lot of air. I think there could be some fun flavor with like the toys being like menacing a little bit. The discarded garments, yeah, I think that's, and stinky.
Yeah. So I have Siren Air Vent, Dusty Space, Dust Buddies, Twisted Beans in there from the smell and sounds and darkness. Here there be monsters, cleansed by dryer sheets.
Yes.
Does that cover everything?
That's good. Yes.
Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back once more. We're going to start with Bert and then go all the way back to Ray in reverse order. And that should be, I think, enough to get us rolling. And then after we finish that, I'm going to take 5-minute break so I can sit down and try to figure out what exactly is going to happen. And then we'll start playing. So, Bert, no time to prepare. Give us your second detail that you want to add to the setting and story.
Well, I don't know. No, I'm just. Well, you see, it's a difficult journey to get to the laundry, where you can get those dryer sheets that can help with the underbed. You have to navigate a perilous journey down the stairs, which are quite slippery because quite often they are covered in a wax and or pledge, which is very dangerous. We haven't identified what that substance is, but if you can get down to the downstairs and pass the downstairs into the basement, you will find through the darkened atmosphere the dryer and the laundry. And there, high above a shelf above us, you will find the dryer sheets. And that can help our journey.
Awesome. So laundry room downstairs, slippery wax in the basement, dryer sheets here on a high shelf, dryer, washer and dryer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Which obviously the corgi is going to get for us.
Got little legs.
Gonna stand up. Erasmus, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to continue with my rats because 1 year ago, in a fight with the rats, we lost Cecil the centipede.
Can you spell
That's
it
yeah.
in the chat for me?
What? Cecil the centipede.
Yes.
Yeah. Last seen being dragged away after being crushed by a tower of Legos. It was a sad day. He was drawn away into the dark by the cockroaches, never to be seen again. I miss him. Tigger is sad. But he's a happy guy, so it will pass. He's a joyful soul. There we are. I don't know if you can see him, but so there we are.
Oh, hold it up a little bit. Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's him.
Yeah, that's this.
Yep.
Could you type out in the chat for us how to spell Cecilda's name?
Cecilda? No, Cecil.
Oh, Cecil.
Cecil the centipede.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
keeping
sorry.
it simple because I'm a toy tiger.
Yes, of course.
I'm a stuffed tiger.
Crushed by Legos, dragged away. Cecil.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again.
My friend Cecil. Our
Terrible.
friend. Yeah, it was terrible. That's the only time I have been sad.
Yes.
Actually.
Only time.
Only time, yeah. I'm not
yeah.
sad. Yeah.
Well, Bert, it is Bert asked the question in the comments. We are stuffed, crippling self-awareness. Yes, all of you are stuffed animals / toys, except for the strange and mysterious Hampton, the hamster, who is
the
warm
corgi is
flesh
stuffed
and
too?
blood. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Stuffed
that's
corgi.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Hampton the hamster is the only one that is Brickman, if one of the unchosen characters would have been hard plastic character with grasping hands, if someone had chosen that one. But everyone else is soft and plush.
Plushies.
So yeah.
I'm fluffy.
That's right, exactly. And bouncy.
I'm
All right. Let's go with Brian. Gus.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go with. Let's see. Oh, well. Let's see. I was assuming that that Gus was a real corgi, and I was going to say something about having lost a chew bone in the dusty underbed, but that's not going to work.
I mean, if you want to, you could say that there is an actual real corgi, and that's why Billy has a stuffed corgi because they like
okay.
corgis.
Sure.
I mean,
okay,
that might
that would
be
work.
why.
Yeah, there's
So-
an actual real corgi with that lost a bone under the bed. And then let's see, what's the other one? Let's see. I was on Billy before.
You can go anywhere.
Billy isn't really happy about the new baby brother. And
I'm sorry. I hold on real quick. I cut out there for a second. What did you say about?
Oh, I said let's go with like Billy not being really happy about the baby brother. Feels kind of pushed aside. And then what else? One more thing.
What's the name of the corgi? The real
Oh,
family
that's a good
corgi?
one. Bob, because the way they run.
Okay. Cool. All right. Morgan, Nikki, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I'm thinking, like, I'm envisioning Hampton's cage is on a shelf, like a bookshelf in the corner of the room, but it's not a regular cage. It looks like a UFO, and it has tunnels going all over the place. If that's okay, Hampton. I know
Oh
this is your
yeah, that
character.
sounds great.
And that in secret you have like this little headgear that you put on to like try to talk to the other knights.
That tracks. I like it. In my little spaceship command, my little UFO command center.
Yes, your UFO hamster command
Fantastic.
Hampton, you are clearly exploring the strange unknown when you travel forth in your extra vehicular vehicle, also known as the hamster ball, obviously, clearly.
Hamster ball of death.
Yes.
It's a cool concept. That's all. It's just a cool concept.
Like the one in Bolt. That's what I think of. Yeah.
Yep. That is very much the inspiration. Yeah. One of my children loves that movie, and so they're like, please put a hamster as one of your characters when you make like the set of characters in the first adventure. I was like, okay.
Oh.
So yeah. All right, Autumn, Foxy, you are up.
Can there be like a high shelf somewhere where some of the toys are kept, and maybe toys are afraid to be put up there because there's no easy way down?
Sure. Who puts them up there? I mean, if Billy is 6, is it one of Billy's parents or?
I think one of Billy's parents.
Okay.
the toy timeout.
The big ones come and put you in the unreachable.
You want it on top. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to add anything more about the high shelf?
I think that's all from me.
Okay. Cool. All right. Finally, back to Ray Hampton.
Okay, so I want to have
I love your ears. I'm sorry, your ears are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just made them. So thank you. I was thinking that Hampton would have a contentious relationship with Bob the Corgi, because when I was in my hamster ball of doom one time doing some recon, trying to see what was going on and make sure the perimeter was okay, Bob came in and grabbed my ball and thought I was a toy and like ran around with me and wouldn't listen to me when I was yelling, unhand me, bring it, let me be. He just didn't listen to me at all. And I'm kind of mad at Bob.
What any other details about that besides using hamster ball as a toy, not friends with Hampton? Yelled unhand me, Brigand.
Sometimes I get stuck in my ball. And I can't figure out where the latch is, and I get really anxious, and I need somebody to talk me down. Sometimes Bert can talk me down, or sometimes Foxy. It depends. Everybody kind of takes turns. They're like, it's kind of a, they put up with it, but it's kind of like, oh, really?
Who's Hampton's keeper tonight?
Yeah, who's looking after Hampton?
Awesome. Okay, couldn't find.
Yes, Hampton, ride the rage.
Hey, bud.
Let it flow through you, Hampton. Burst the Sith.
Sun's getting low, bud. All right, guess I can answer wrong. Couldn't find latch, gets anxious. Okay, awesome.
Man, if this is all the game is, I'm already enjoying the shit out of this. This is great. Like,
Yeah.
This is a great story so far.
Okay, I think we've got two things from everyone. So is there, just really quick, was there anything that you really wanted to add, like just a final single little bit detail that you like have now thought about, something that you added earlier that you're like, oh, I really want to add this one thing? Or is everyone good with what they've added? Everyone good? Okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
Good. I'm going to, it's 12:30 my time. So I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to look at all the notes, try to figure out what's going to go on, and go ahead and have a quick bio break, everyone.
One last thing. I'm sorry.
Oh,
One last thing.
go ahead.
So Foxy gets put up on a shelf. Is that what we heard?
No, some
Oh.
toys do.
Some toys do.
Right.
Could it be possible that we may have rigged like a little tiny zip line with some thread to that shelf to help toys?
That
get
could be
down?
something you might do in the game.
Okay, got it.
Because one of the things to establish is it's really hard to get up and down from
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. All right. So everyone, go ahead. Take your 5-minute break. We will be back in 5 minutes, everyone, and get water, refreshments, snacks, whatever you get. Especially because I will not be here. I'll be right back.
Oh,
N-
oh, yeah.
I just feel bad for my figurines now that's on the top shelf.
Ah, he totally did. Oh. Oh no!
And for all the people who are watching this, we have
Let's
a
go
voice
to
in
the
our head, which
lobby.
we don't.
Don't ruin the illusion. This is a well-oiled machine happening right now.
Professional.
It definitely does not hinge on everyone just not tapping accidentally one button.
So now Tim is the game master.
Yes. Oh, they
Oh!
can. Everyone, check it out. There he is.
The man behind the curtain.
There he is.
Why can they see
Shaved
you
just for
now?
today, everybody.
We're all as surprised as you are.
I know. Ben's gonna come back and immediately just click his camera off again. That's what's gonna happen.
He's
Okay.
coming back. Can I see
He's
him?
back,
Can y'all
but
see
he's
him?
an autumn spot.
Okay, Ben's
See,
here.
nobody's-
Everybody, Ben's
Oh.
here. Everybody, take a toilet break. Come on.
Oh, right now, everybody else shuts their cameras off. Yeah, everybody else shuts
Okay.
their cameras off, and he's the only one.
Oh God. No. Yay!
I'm so sorry.
It was so much fun.
Oh, jeez.
The best puzzle ever.
It's basically like a Windows Word. It's like Windows Word. You change one tiny little bit, and 9 pages go.
Right?
I thought
Yeah.
you loved
just-
The Legend of Zelda.
We just watched an Earth sign be so super flexible. I am so impressed and proud of you, Dr. Bean.
I mean, normally there's
Capricorn,
a
right?
Zelda puzzle where you hit like one block and the
Oh,
ones
no, you're
around
inside,
it
okay.
change,
Yeah,
and you have to
yeah.
keep doing it to get it right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the same.
Yeah, it's
But
like
we're
that.
ready now, Ben. We're ready.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
Ready?
Give me another minute. 1 second, real quick here.
I just I
Oh
was
my god.
Really thought he was going to do it there for a second. He's like, okay, need one more minute. And
I was so excited that there was an option for snacks, but I missed it because this was too funny.
right?
Yeah.
This was much too amusing to miss.
It reminded me of that moment. Do you guys remember like the Six Flags guy that would come on and like do the dance?
Aw, yeah, he was very, very scary.
Did we lose him to
Yes,
COVID?
way.
Did anybody check?
Did he? He might be on your death list.
I forgot I had kitty paws.
Ooh.
That's what we did.
Dumpster
You're welcome.
fire. Dumpster fire.
Yes.
After 2020, we needed something like that. Thanks, Dr. Bean.
It is kind of a lot more fun when shit goes sideways.
Yeah, it is.
But this is also part of playing role play.
I'm
So,
sure.
you know, I have a whole weekends was supposed to play role play, and we did nothing else but just talking the shit, basically.
I'm sure it was a lot more fun for Dr. Bean too.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's fun.
And it's good. Like
That's one of the
people get
aspects of
to
role playing, to have fun, be
Right.
social,
the real.
have fun.
You have one too, Tim. We are
Meant
meant
to
Of course,
to be
Tim
friends.
has one.
We are meant to be friends.
Okay, everybody, back to this game about being stuffed animals because we're all super serious right now.
All right, everybody, calm down. It's okay.
And breathe.
Work.
Acceptance. It's all about acceptance.
Well, I mean, I might as well
Right.
actually make my voice heard now, so I muted
Oh.
myself. So now people know that you guys aren't just like looking like deadpanned while Ben's getting this together.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Like everyone's just staring at the camera, like he's
Well-
talking. Wait, God is talking.
Yeah.
No, the
We're listening to our divine guide.
but basically, I mean, like you guys are on the cusp of being completely done with this. Except for one more last session, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And you guys are all therapeutic game masters.
Woohoo!
How exciting.
After that
Right.
wonderful 125 question test.
Question:
That is
when
correct.
do we get the delivery of our capelets?
Of your are those similar to capers?
No, they're capelets. They're like those little half capes that the Pope wears. I think that we should have those. For us to wear when
With the
it's
Geek
currently-
Therapeutics logo on the back.
Yeah, like just a Geek Therapeutic logo on the back, and we
GT,
can like put it over
GT.
our shoulders when it's time to run the game.
Does
Like
it
a
does it
shawl.
have a pop?
Yeah.
Does it have a pop?
No,
collar?
they're called capelets. Oh
You
my
were
God.
Okay,
wanting
do
a
they have
shawl.
a pop collar?
I say
Sorry,
yes to pop
sorry.
collars.
So I have to go with Edna on this. No capes.
Great.
Oh,
No, Edna was right. No capes.
capes are
Ever.
free.
Put it on Discord.
Yeah, you'll just put it into our Discord. That be like, why isn't this here? And I'm gonna get a bunch of
Yeah,
peer
why
pressure
don't we have
again.
one of these? There it is, right there.
Just gonna get peer pressured all over again.
Did you say onesies?
All right.
All sorts
So
of-
let's get started with the game. It only took me 7-8 minutes to figure this out. So
You had to go investigate his laundry room.
I did,
And,
yeah.
And we
And to,
burned
like,
down
look
the
at things.
house.
Yeah.
Well, you
All right.
yeah.
So you all have had a fantastic day playing with Billy. She created a massive game of hide and seek with the toys, where you were also at the same time battling the forces of Brickman, who were building, trying to build their brick fortress up to the top of the toy chest, where your castle is at, and you were repelling them. while also trying to like get to sort of a capture the flag type thing. Of course, as a 6-year-old, it is all the games at the same time. And it was a lovely day, but Billy was very worn out at the end of it and fell asleep without cleaning any of you up. And Billy's dad came in and he tucked Billy in. This is in the spring during spring break, we'll say. Billy is not in class for first grade right now. And so Billy's dad goes through and cleans things up. And in the process of cleaning things, he is very quick and kind of like pushing stuff around and just putting stuff in places. And let's roll a d6 myself. And Morgan and Bert end up on the top shelf
Oh.
as Dad is putting things away. Hampton, you were out in your hamster ball still, rolling around the room after Billy had fallen asleep, talking with everyone, just kind of hanging out. And so Dad picks you up and puts you like into your space ship, and like the hamster ball is like connected to like it's like an end tube to one of the things, so he like clicks it in there and then
Docking
door opens.
station.
Exactly. But Morgan and Bert, you're on the top shelf while Foxy, Gus, and Tiggy or Tiggy are hanging out at the castle, and Hampton, of course, is in your place. So Morgan and Bert, what are you gonna do? And do any of the rest of you are you gonna try to help get the two of them off the top shelf? Because clearly now that it is nighttime, things are afoot. And if Morgan and Bert are stuck at the top shelf, they can't do their job as part of the Knights of the Underbed and to make sure that Billy is safe while they are sleeping.
Well, Morgan, it appears as though we've gotten ourselves into quite a predicament.
Yes, this is an interesting kettle of fish. I wonder if I could use this rope in my bag to go down to the next shelf, and we can kind of. Is there anything to tie it off to kind of rappel down?
Yes, I'm sure that was a wonderful idea I had. Let's do that.
Sure, your idea.
I'm
Bert
just
is
kidding.
gonna go
I'm
away.
joshing you. Let's go. Down we go. Here, I'll hold the rope. You go down.
Okay. Are we allowed to do that, or do we have to roll?
Well, let's have you both roll for sliding down the rope. But first off, where are you going to tie the rope to on the top of this bookshelf? Is there something up here that you could?
What is there up here with us?
Various dusty toys.
Is there like a really large toy that's heavy?
You know what I remember up here? I think there might have been a trophy up here for something.
Oh, there's definitely several trophies up here.
That can't go wrong.
Exactly. There's a trophy about yay high that is for the 20 whatever youth sports soccer league for the local city where Billy lives.
Yes, so this plastic trophy should do nicely.
Got a heavy base. Got a heavy base, you know.
I think if I were to wedge my shield here in just a way between the trophy and the wall that it won't tip. So let me tie it around the trophy, wedge my shield between the trophy and the wall to give it a counterbalance. My advanced knowledge of physics, you see, and then you can squirrel on down.
So who goes first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll also
roll.
hold it because he does not have an advanced knowledge of physics.
I got a 6.
All right. You slide down and you land on the The bed, the head of the bed is against one wall, and on either side of the bed, instead of there being like nightstands or a nightstand, there are two bookshelves, like big, tall, black bookshelves, like the one right behind me. And you were on the very top. And so it's like right up next to the bed. So you slid down and you landed on the head, like the head post. What is that called?
Or
Headboard?
The headboard. Thank you. Losing my words today. It's Sunday. My brain is turned off. You land on top of the headboard of the bed where Billy is sleeping. So yeah, you're like, all right, Bert, your go. Now,
Yes.
do you want to leave your shield up there?
No, my shield has to come with me, of course.
Okay, of course. So please roll 1d6.
Okay. I rolled a 4.
All right. So you slide down. Morgan, please roll 2d6 as a save for me.
Oh. I got a 6 and a 5.
Whoa!
Oh, you're fine. So Bert
Oh.
slides down.
go, Morgan.
The trophy comes with Bert, as Bert is about 2/3 of the way down. The trophy comes.
Oh no.
And you see it, and you roll out of the way on the top of the bed because you're knight and mysterious, and nothing affects you.
Because I am the knight.
That's right. And Bert, fortunately, you're not hit by the trophy, but it goes down between the headboard and the wall.
I pause.
Space between, and you float in the air, and you look at Morgan as you are pulled down into the space between.
Never
with the
fear.
trophy.
You have my permission.
And Bert is gone.
For what?
I swore my life blood, remember.
And Morgan, you are left alone in this room. It's a really dark room, except for there is some moonlight coming in through the one window on the side wall. On the opposite wall from the window, there is the closet that is closed, and there's a light, like a splay of light coming from underneath the door, because the closet light is obviously on. But you were left there, and if we had panned out, right, like if we were just like watching the room from far away, it would have just been Bird on the top shelf, this like small fuzzy bear, and then just this little click, fall, and just like a small moment of like this little plastic trophy clicking on a headboard and then disappearing behind it, and the stuffed animal going with it. And Billy doesn't even like move. They're really asleep, face pressed against their pillow, a little bit of drool. And you're there on the headboard, just standing there like, oh no, that's not good. So, and I think this headboard is like a piece of solid wood, so that because the bookshelves are on either side, it's like hard to get in and out of there, because the only way in is through this like top space. So that's why like stuff, like that's why the knights of the underbed don't go under the bed to get stuff out, because that area is actually closed off. So Morgan, what are you gonna do? And actually, Hampton, Gus, Tiggy, and Foxy, you could all see this happen. You're probably all on the foot of the bed in the castle, probably in different spaces. Dad probably just like top of the castle's, this pretty big area, so they probably just put all of you as favorite stuffed animals like there. And Hampton, you're probably on the other bookshelf, so you like were like, you can like look out, go to your pod, and see. So does anyone else want to do anything? Or what does everyone do?
Gus is all, he will be missed.
Oh.
Foxy runs over to see the situation a bit better.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump over to the headboard and try to look down, because I can see in the dark. Maybe I see him.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
This isn't something that you've like thought of about doing before, but yeah, you can see down into this dark space, and it is one of the darkest spaces you've ever seen. There's almost no light, but you can see at the very bottom there's a pair of crumpled up boxer shorts, and like a couple socks. Oh, and look, there's that red soccer sock that mom and dad were complaining about, and they had to like go buy another pair. That's down there too. And you see some other things that's like kind of hard to make out because there's just like a layer of dust bunnies, like just like several inches off the floor. And you see Bert with his capelet and sword and shield, just like this, like slid down, half submerged in dust bunnies. And Bert is about an inch away from the vent fan, and you can hear just the low hum of the vent fan.
Ooh. Do I dare to try to help him? I have a rope. Thank you, Bert.
I have 50 inches of rope. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have 50 inches of rope as well, and I have a flashlight, but I don't need it because I can see in the dark. But yeah, I've tied the rope around the posts on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Stuck. And do you want to help me?
I'll help.
Yeah. Cool.
Gus will help.
I forgot the
All
name.
right. Foxy or Morgan, do either of you want to do anything or help with holding onto the rope, or help pulling Bert up, or getting the rope to Bert, or anything?
I'll help pull Bert up.
Okay.
Me too.
Hampton would like to help,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So
Hampton, are you gonna like come out of your cage? You totally can, by the way. You are a far superior being from another place who landed here, and clearly you can exit and enter your vehicle at any time. So if the ball is you're purely for protection, obviously, and for faster movement. So if you'd like to come over and climb up and help, that's fine too. Yeah.
yeah, I see. I'm in my command center, and I see this all go down, and I go, Houston, we have a problem. And then I get in my ball and I detach it. I hit the emergency detach button, and pew, it kind of shoots off towards like at an angle towards the bed.
Yeah.
And then
Lands
I
on the
roll
bed.
over, and then I'm like, how can I help? So, I can fit into small cracks and spaces too.
You can, yeah. You could easily climb down here without being like smushed against the wall. So if you'd like to, you can climb down there and talk with Bert.
So Hampton is smaller than the rest of us.
Yeah, Hampton is small. I think Foxy is also small. Let me like pull out my character sheets here that I have for everyone. Yeah, Brickman would be small, but let's see, Princess Foxy.
I'm normal anyway.
Yeah, so you're all like kind of standard toy size. Yeah, Foxy, you're also small, so you could fit into down there as well. So Foxy, you're more of like a Beanie Baby style stuffed toy, and Hampton's a small hamster, and then the rest of you are like standard, like 10 to 12 inch stuff.
As Hampton comes past, can Gus hand him the end of the rope and be like, here, take this with you to take the other end of the rope to Bert?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but we tie Hampton in one rope, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I can do that. I can grab the rope from Gus. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we'll lower Hampton down into the darkness.
And I squeak, come on, my hamsters!
But I also use my flashlight to try to get some light down there, so Hampton isn't, shrouded in darkness and humming sounds and bad odor.
Please tell me this looks like Mission Impossible happening with Hampton the hamster.
Oh yeah. That's music playing in the background.
Hampton's singing that to himself as he's being lowered. He's like,
it's everybody at the top is going dun 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 dun, and at the exact moment Hampton goes.
Foxy, I just wanted to ask: are you gonna also go down with Hampton, or do you want to stay at the top helping like pull on the rope?
I think I want to pull on the rope, stay up.
Okay.
there for a bit.
All right, cool. So Hampton, when you get down there, you land on Bert's head. Bert, like you can like, you know, like kind of shift your head up because you're kind of smushed. And the light is flashing down at the two of you. I would like both of you, unless you have something that like helps you notice things. I don't know if either of you do.
I have the kid trait is vigilant, gain advantage. So is that does that count?
Let's see really quickly. Hampton is vigilant, so that's on initiative test.
Okay.
So going
all right.
first.
All right.
I don't know if is there anyone with perception?
I have nothing that's going to help me see, but I am hoping to use my shield and use an evade action to evade the siren's wail of this vent and help, because I have Paladin 2/2. When I take the evade action, I can pass that on to Hampton as well, so we are both protected from this ventilation blow.
Sure, of course. You can. I would like both of you right now to roll 2d6. This is for looking around and seeing what's down here.
I got 1 5.
All right.
3 and a 4.
Okay. So Hampton, you're helping Bert like tie the rope around Bert, and you're like kind of running around Bert, and it's a little tickly Bert, cause small, tiny fingers. And you're also holding the shield out, so you don't notice it. But when you come around Bert one time, amongst the half-buried dust bunnies that are here, you see a silvery like shoe, and it's this little like plastic shoe, and it's kind of like a funky, it looks like a little like high top running shoe, and it's a very specific style. And you kind of look at it and you pick it up for a second because it's shiny, and then you notice another one stuck in the air vent, like in the vertical slats, like it's stuck in between them. And you think you see when like the light, like when Tiggy like moves the light back and forth down there, you think you see a glint of a third one farther into the vent. And you immediately, like you see it, you look at the second one, and then you see like a glint, you think maybe it's down there. You immediately recognize that this is one of Cecil's centipede shoes. So Cecil had a whole set of like matching silver high top shoes for all of his like.
Bert, do you see this? That's
I
a
don't
Cecil
see
shoe.
anything. I am acting as a bulwark against the evil siren.
Thank
And at
you.
that moment, Foxy and Morgan and Gus and Tiggy start pulling the two of you up, and you're like on Bert's head, and Bert is like, you know, arms.
Look out below.
And,
We'll be back for you, Siren. You've escaped this time.
And I'm gonna pull them up literally
it's
in
just a
bounces
vent.
because I bounce. I don't walk. I don't run. I bounce. So I'm
right.
gonna pull them up a little bit at a time.
And Foxy and Gus and Morgan are like, okay. And the two of you finally arrive back at the top. And Bert, the lower half of you is gray. You're covered in dust bunny dust.
Oh,
Just
no.
loads of it.
Oh no.
So I mean, you're okay. You're okay.
I'm becoming.
A dust bunny.
I'm becoming one of them. What is happening to me?
Bert normally doesn't get this worked up.
I'm a goner. He's going to paw on the bed, and he's going to enter dramatics. He's going to paw on the forehead, level dramatics at this point.
I think Bert might need the laundry room.
It's the only thing that can save me now are the dryer sheets. We must attain the downy.
Downy.
Oh, damn.
So Hampton, do you want to show everyone the thing you came back up with?
Look what I found! And I had it like stowed in my cheek because I had big pocket cheeks. So I had it.
And now a saliva coated little rubber high top.
I mean, look what I found. This is one of Cecil's.
Yeah, it's Cecil's 34th left foot. Shoe thingy. Yeah.
There's more. I saw more down there.
And remember this one, it has a broken lace and stuff. Yeah.
There's more down there in the vent. He might be in the vent. I think he's in the vent.
Okay, can I roll if I dare to jump down there? Because I miss my friend. Is there any way I can roll it, or is it
Are you small enough to get down there?
You could jump down there, but like Bert,
right.
because of their size, you would slide down and then like just kind of hang out between the wall and the wall and the headboard.
If I'm impulsive or not, because
I mean, you totally can. You could totally do that. That's totally fine.
I miss
Mission Impossible, but with like Gabriel Iglesias instead of Tom Cruise.
I'm fluffy.
like no, really impossible.
I'm
Like,
fluffy.
we're not saying improbable.
No, I'm not hell. No, I'm just
Siren.
But it's Cecil.
Foxy, give me a roll with advantage for educated.
Oh, we need
Does
to help
actually,
Foxy.
Real quick, does anyone else have educated? I don't think so. I think Foxy's the only one.
Nope. 2 3s and a 4.
Okay, so I'm going to just give you the basic information, not the extra information. You know that the Siren is not a strange creature. It is part of a ventilation system that goes throughout the house and ends in a blower system down in the basement across the basement room from the washer and dryer. So
can't go alone.
So if Cecil somehow did go down the vent that way, which seems impossible, how could that happen? But if Cecil did somehow, then that's where Cecil would have ended up.
Do you think that Cecil went in the vent?
I saw a shoe in there. I saw another shoe inside the vent. He's pretty small.
I mean, Cecil is pretty flat, so maybe if Cecil was turned sideways and like smushed through by someone else who could fit through there, like another small furry creature, similar to a hamster, but not a hamster.
Oh,
Foul play.
those
Think
evil
they're
rodents.
Those dirty rats.
Those evil rodents.
Or the cocky roaches did it?
No.
They could easily fit through there. They're minuscule. So
What if Cecil? What if Cecil has turned into one of the toys of despair and is not in the shaft at all? He catches himself saying shaft and he goes, in the Siren.
So you're all hanging out on the headboard or on the bed. Tiggy, if you want to, you can totally jump down there. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You can just successfully jump down there and like kind of slide into space. And since you already have a rope tied to the headboard, if everyone else wants to pull you back up, that's totally. I'm not gonna make everyone roll for that because there were at least 3 people last time. There's plenty of people, plenty of knights to pull you back up.
I'm gonna save Cecil.
Okay.
Oh yes, I am. Have
So
a
you
joke for him.
So you slide down.
Boom.
Tiggy disappears into the space.
I'm sliding.
And slides down between the wall. Yeah, exactly. And you end up right in front of the vent. And so you've got like these metal bars like pushed to your face.
Thistle!
And there's like this like cool wind blowing on your face right now. And you get this cool like Darth Vader sound. That's all sort of
Okay.
going on because it's got that weird distortion from the fan. And since it's dark down here, but you have the ability to see in the dark, you look around and you see a fourth shoe
12th right. Yeah.
deep down into the dust bunnies. Like it's all the way down, and you can like lean down and just grab it. And then when you look into the vent, you do confirm that Hampton was correct. There is a shoe farther down into the vent. It's shoe 87 because you can see the little 87 printed on the bottom of the soft plastic,
That was
like
his favorite.
squishy, like cast shoe.
That was his favorite shoe.
Yeah,
It
so
didn't
why would he
squeak.
leave that behind?
It didn't
Right?
squeak.
Yeah, exactly. So you can definitely confirm that. So you have another one, and you can see that farther down there.
But I can't get in there.
No, the bars are like really close together, and they're hard metal. And if you look around, you see that they're the vent is screwed in.
Okay. I tried to yell up that Cecil is not here, but he has been here, or maybe he's inside this tunnel. There's a tunnel here. There's no siren.
Oh, that doesn't sound right at all.
And when you say there's no siren, it like the vent gets louder and kind of shakes a little.
You hear? There's her wail. Plug your ears before it's too late, Tigger.
What?
Oh,
I said there's no siren. Hello.
plug your ears. Remember, you told me once that's what Tiggers do best.
It smells down here.
Very musky.
There's fungus.
I guess Gus would be like,
You guys, we must.
I will save you.
Now.
I will save you if you need help, Tiggy.
We must. I must push through. We
fungus
must get
over
down
it.
there and now save Tiggy
Shit.
before it's too late. He's
I mean, the rope is right there.
far
Pull
too
me
gone.
up.
Let's
We must go.
This smells
Now is the time for
rank.
selfless
Get me
action.
out of
So
here.
Morgan goes over and like puts her paw on Bert's mouth and goes, "Silly old bear. There's a rope."
Silly old bear. Oh, that line was coming.
Oh, patronizing much? Silly old bear, you.
So yeah, Gus will slide down the rope to join Tiggy.
No,
Okay.
pull me up.
Tiggy, I'm going down too.
No.
Come on, Morgan. There's no time like today.
I
We're
squeak in
stuffed animals. We don't
consternation.
think. We don't think. We're stuffed animals.
So Tiggy,
Yeah.
Gus, who's long, and then Bert on top. And Bert, when you go
We're
like
still
jump
looking
in,
above the
it's
bed,
like-
right?
like yeah, like there's the headboard, like, and here's Bert's head, and like Bert's ears are like just Bert's like, hey, because Gus is very long. Gus is short.
This
Ground,
was
but long.
nice. This was cozy.
Now you're getting pushed deeper into the dust
Into the
bunnies.
dust
The
bunnies.
dust bunnies are up to your nose now, Tiggy.
Well,
The
that's me.
smell, the
Goddamn
smell is
game
terrible.
I've ever played in my
smell
life.
is
What
rank.
this?
That's a
But fortunately, Hampton, Morgan, and Foxy are all there, and they can pull Bert out very easily. They could just like grab Bert's ears, pull Bert out, and flop Bert onto the head, onto the bed,
Yeah.
like head over, and then use the rope to get Gus and Tiggy
Yes.
out.
So I say to to Morgan and Foxy, I say, can you explain to them about the ways of the laundry and the house and the how it's connected?
what?
Foxy, can you tell them?
Yeah, there's a shaft that goes down into, sorry, out of character, into the basement. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's like a heat exchanger, like air blower, down in the basement, opposite of the washer and dryer.
Okay. So it should lead out into the laundry room.
you all know about the mythical laundry room.
The laundry room.
In fact, Gus, you have been to the laundry room before, because Billy threw up on you when Billy was sick about 9 months ago, and
Yeah.
so you have been in the care of the washer and dryer, and you've been there before. It was very disorienting. It was loud and wet, and then warm and dry.
Then hot.
Warm dry
yeah.
part was yeah. But you came out looking brand new and fresh, and not smelling the vomit anymore. So you know about it because you sat on top of a pile of warm, dry towels for like a couple hours and like looked around the laundry room. And someone else has been here, I think, as well. Who has basement delver?
I do. Morgan does.
Oh my
Okay,
God, that's
so
an actual
Morgan-
thing. That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah. So you've delved down into the basement before on adventures. Because you are the knight, and the basement's the darkest place, obviously. So that's where you need to be. And so you've been down there, and you know about the basement before, and you've heard this heat exchanger, you know. And Gus, you recognize immediately what Foxy is talking about, as that big blocky thing, which had like these big metal tubes like coming down into it with like weird vents and stuff on it. So yeah, so you know all about that stuff, the two of you, and you can tell the rest of the party, kind of explain it, you know, like, or at least say, yes, Foxy is correct. Foxy knows what Foxy's talking about, because Foxy's the most educated of all of you. Comes from a line of diplomat foxes. Clearly, well-educated Foxy.
Yeah, I was told. Yeah, it was across the dryer. I remember that machine. All these big pipes go into it.
Right. In my dark adventures in the basement, I have seen the machines.
It sounds like a master habit trail.
Well, I don't know of these machines of which you speak, but I do know that it is a terrifying place in the basement. I've never been there, but I have heard stories Morgan's told me.
We should go there.
I'm ready.
Mm,
Gotta find Cecil.
We've got to save our friend.
What would Billy do? Billy would go to the basement. I shall go to the basement.
We'll
What
keep
would
you
Billy
safe,
do?
Bert.
He adjusts his
Bert-
WWBD bracelet. No,
I was
I'm
about to
kidding.
say. You may have one, you know. It's, you know, popular merch for Billy Knights of the Underbed.
It's just clear
in
glitter,
the
that's all
goblin
it is.
market. Yeah, it's totally totally.
That's where I got mine.
Yeah. So Foxy, do you or actually Morgan and Foxy and Gus probably, do you know of the different ways to get down to the basement? And I know, Gus, you probably were carried on top of towels.
I was gonna
Back
say you ride the
upstairs.
laundry basket. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And
Like the king
but
you are.
that's right. Foxy, I think because you're educated and you got your role, or the basic information about the role, you know that there are other vents in the house that lead down there, ones that aren't so like hard to access as this one. So if you know, that would be one of the ways. And Morgan, how did you get down to the basement?
The laundry
could've-
chute. It's this magical door, this portal on the second floor of Billy's room or Billy's home.
Yeah, I'll say it's in the hallway, like right outside of Billy's door, if you wanted to like go through there. Okay. So you're all gonna go to the basement. That's your plan, I'm assuming, yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so the group of you jump down off of the headboard, off of the bed. You're on the floor. You're making your way towards the hallway. You're about halfway across the room when you hear this deep sound coming from the closet, and you see like the light in the closet like flicker a little bit. You hear this like sound, like something's like falling or bouncing about. And Billy like rolls over, they don't wake up. She doesn't wake up, but she rolls over in her sleep because that was kind of a loud noise. It was like much louder than the trophy falling off the bookshelf.
Sound
I
like
think the
something
dog
with-
might be loose.
Does it sound like something with sharp teeth?
Sounds like more like a banging or a bashing sound.
Bashing sound.
Now, what if, and hear me out, we don't open that door?
That's the night for you.
That's right, yeah.
I'll protect you as long as there's no danger at all.
Oh,
Billy is brave.
parents watched
Does
videos
not
of
say that
murder
about my
films.
character.
Shall we investigate the door then? The closet, maybe? I'm doing a side quest and I'm bouncing to the closet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you bounce up to the closet. You notice that the door is shut and latched.
No, it wasn't. It was open. That also was
There's-
open.
Apparently, Billy's dad like latched it.
Oh.
I roll up to Tiggy and what? Did you want to get in there? Did you want to see what's in there?
It made some banging noise in there. Maybe maybe those damn rodents are back.
I can go take a quick peek before we get down to the basement
Peek.
because I'm small enough to squeeze into places.
Ah.
Yep, Hampton and Foxy could both go under the door. It's enough space underneath there for the two of you to just lay down and slide through and come back. Hampton, of course, he wouldn't be in your hamster ball. It would be on the other side of the door, so you would be vulnerable
Right, we don't
in this
know,
strange
yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Would I know anything about the closet?
It's a little smelly because of sneakers. You can make a roll if you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wouldn't want to go without Foxy.
I have 2 4s and a 5.
You got a 5. There you go. So you know that one of the other vents is in the closet. And the last time you were in the closet when it's like a walk-in closet. So it's like it's a little like a deep space and it's like a U shape with like hanging clothes on the left. And then like shelves in the back and on the right. And there's lots of brickmen in boxes are kept in here when they're not all out all over the floor. And lots of other various toys. Billy's parents both had a bunch of toys that they passed down. So there's that. And just some like stuff that Billy's parents like stored in boxes, like old parent stuff. But this was an empty closet, so they put some stuff up high in there as well. The sneakers on the floor. And you also know that there is for certain that rats and their cockroach allies have been found here inside the closet here. That they've like made a small foothold in here. Because most of you don't spend the time in there, and Billy likes the door shut generally, especially at night. Although the light has to always be on, because there be monsters in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what you know about the closet.
I'm worried about the rats and the cockroaches in there.
I agree with Foxy. It
Maybe-
seems like a prudent action to not go into that closet there, right? Right, Foxy?
As long as they can't get out and hurt Billy.
Right, Billy. Yes, for Billy. Take Billy.
maybe we come back to see what's in the closet after we get the dryer sheet
Yeah, we have to find Cecil.
and get Cecil.
There are so many quests.
we
And beat the Siren.
have much to do this eve.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the closet door is the latch style, so if you got something on it and pulled it down, you would be able to open it. Which is a much easier style. You're very fortunate to live in such a house. You've heard from other Knights of other Underbeds that the round knob style door is it's the worst, especially with like soft plush paws trying to like turn those. Like it's just very difficult.
Slip right off.
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
I stand all the way up?
If you stood all the way up, you could get almost there. I bet another knight on top of you could reach up there if they stood on top of you.
Like wearing a trench coat.
Bunch of stuffed animals in a trench coat. Hello. Good day, sir. All right, so I'll get all the way up to it so that like my nose is pointed towards the latch, and then somebody can climb up my back. I would think Hampton could maybe get there pretty easily, but I don't know.
Okay.
To the hallway or to the closet?
To the closet.
Either one. All the doors in this house are latch doors, except for the front door and the garage door. Both of those have round knobs. You know, Foxy, you know, of course, that this is because of fire codes, clearly. But everyone else is like magic. So we're strange big people things. But you were hanging out with Billy when Billy's taking you to school and you've heard science class, and like when they moved into the house, Billy was walking around and you were hanging out of the backpack and you heard about the home inspector and all these things that they talked about. So yeah, Gus, you can lean up against the door like that, being tall or being short and long, and then one of the other knights can climb on top of you and try to open the door. Is this like a thing I think that you've like perfected? It's kind of like your version of the fastball special. The door latch special.
Right, exactly. The Gus ladder.
The Gus ladder, yeah.
So are we deciding to do closet after all, or is this the latch to get out of the bedroom?
I figured Foxy said there was a vent here that would take us to the basement in this room.
There are other vents too.
Did I say I don't know if I think I just forgot to say the vent in the closet is open. That was one of the issues with the rats getting in there. So I will add that piece of tidbit because I think I forgot to mention that just now. I was just thinking about.
Yeah, we had a big fight there. I remember the fight of Thursday, August the 2nd. The big fight with the rats there. Yeah, that's when we lost Cecil.
Foxy, do you think we can do this and still be safe? Do you think we can?
They have a pretty good stronghold in there. The rats do. I'm a little bit nervous about going in there. I think we could go through a different vent or the laundry chute or
stairs.
Maybe.
I have a plan.
Laundry chute.
The stairs.
That sounds like fun.
The stairs.
Yeah, laundry chute.
The stairs.
Like,
That sounds like fun.
The stairs are easy to get down, not so easy to get back up.
This is true.
Same thing for the laundry chute. It's like a one way.
Or the vents.
Darn you and your laws of physics.
Yeah.
It's fun going down, not coming back up.
I was carried up by the magic basket.
I just imagine us like trying to climb back up the stairs to go to the room. It's like the Lord of the Rings when they're crossing over the mountaintops.
Yep.
So
let's hunt some rats.
We have about 36 minutes left of the session, so let's. I would love to like have 2 more hours, but yeah, okay. So do you want to take the stairs? Do you want to take the laundry chute?
People can do this.
Or the. So it'll present different options and difficulties depending on which route you go, and you should probably all stick together.
Okay.
So do you all want to take the stairs? Do you want to take the laundry chute, or do you want to go into the closet?
Not the closet for me.
I'm hearing
so not the closet.
About closet.
So we have 1 vote for stairs. Do other people want to do the stairs? Is that fine, or do you want to do the
laundry chute?
Laundry chute. Yeah, let's go to the laundry chute.
You walk out into the hall, like
cute.
the Gus ladder works on the door to the bedroom. You go out into the hallway. It's like a wood paneled hallway, so it's kind of slippery. And at the end of the hallway, you see the stairs starting to go down. And Bert, you start walking towards that, and then you hear a boing clap as the metal door that is for the laundry is like flips up as Tiggy jumps up, pushes through, and goes down the laundry chute without like any. Whee! And you hear a boom, 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 boom. as Tiggy bounces off the walls down to the laundry chute.
But that's what
And
Tiggy does. We bounce.
That's right. So you're kind of like, okay. And everyone else can get up and into the laundry chute and slide down. And it's
on my belly doing the whole like.
Yeah.
Can I have Gus give me assist when I'm in my ball so I can go
Oh
down
yeah,
in my ball?
totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
You know how sometimes in a laundry chute there can be like a garment that gets stuck at the top of the laundry chute?
Uh-huh.
Like it's stuck. Is there is there like a garment there at all?
Sure, yeah, totally.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the garment and use it like a little parachute.
So we cut to the basement. And there is a it's a like a open area, unfinished rectangular basement. There's a set of wooden stairs that are like bare wooden stairs coming down. And there is on like coming down the stairs, facing the stairs, there's the washer and dryer with a shelf above it for all the materials and stuff. And right next to it is the exit for the laundry chute. And there's a basket there. And there's like some laundry in process here as well. There's like a little table. And then right opposite that, there's the big heat exchanger with like the pipes coming in to the exchanger. And we cut into this room and it's just kind of quiet and dark. And then you hear a bump sound, and then you see this little toy tiger out of the laundry chute and down into the basket. And then a few moments later, you see more toys come down, dump, dump, and then a hamster ball. Mm-hmm. And then and then you see a bear floating down. Actually, not much slower, just a little bit, holding like a white dress shirt, like the dad's white, like one of the dad's white dress shirts, like woo, into the thing, and then like the dress shirt kind of like covers the top of the basket. And you're all in there, and you suddenly realize that this is the dirty laundry hamper, so it kind of stinks. It's not as bad as like stuff that's been stuck behind the headboard, but there's a lot of it, so it's like kind of musty in here and not great. There's like one of the parents obviously was like working out, and so all like their sweaty workout clothes is in here as well, and like Billy's dirty laundry, and like, oh, there's a onesie in here that smells like baby poop, and that's not great because there's a brand new little brother. So yeah, it's kind of stinky in here. Yeah, Bert is kind of similar.
That's
to
how
that.
that's how I envision Bert too, for sure. Snuggles the bear.
I jump out of the basket because I can bounce.
Yeah, everyone you can get out pretty easily. Someone's gonna have to knock Hamster out, or Hampton the hamster ball.
I'll do it.
Out of the thing.
Assist. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
And you're on the floor now. It's just a concrete floor here or cement floor here in the basement, and it's just lit by a single hanging bulb, and that's kind of near the stairs. So yeah, it's the fabric obsession. So what do all of you do?
Well, you say that this is at the roots of the Siren, and he points at the large machine.
And you hear it go.
And I'm going to search around it for a point of weakness, i.e. the power cord.
This thing is actually hardwired, so it's there's no power cord.
All right, I'll just go to battle with it with my little wooden sword for a while they do whatever they're doing.
Okay, all right. You don't want to? Do you want to make a search roll like around there to see if there's anything you notice, or do you want to actually battle?
Yeah, let's do a search and while I'm battling.
Okay. Anyone who wants to like search around here, go ahead and give me a roll. And if you have a bonus to perception, I think one of you do, and I can't remember who it is. It might be one of the characters that doesn't have.
Yeah, it's vigilant. I have. Yeah.
It was like this moment of like, do you actually want to play the game or just have fun in the environment of it? Like,
no, totally. I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't push you. I wouldn't push you, but we only have a half an hour left. So
Yeah, no.
yeah, let's roll it.
So is it 2d6 for
it's
investigation?
D6 if you want to. Yeah, unless you have advantage, then it would be 3d6.
Okay.
I
So go
got
ahead
a
and give me
6 and a
rolls.
4.
I've got a 3 and a 1. I'm just rolling
Okay.
around in my
Yeah,
wheel.
4 again.
So did anyone besides Morgan get a 5 or a 6? Okay, so Gus did. Okay, so Gus and Morgan, everyone else is kind of like looking around the big heat exchanger, and and Tigger's bouncing around. And Gus and Morgan, it's darkness, and you notice in the dark corner behind the exchanger, there is a hole in the wall, and it looks like it's been chewed out, and it's a pretty big hole. And it goes into, you can smell it. The two of you can smell it, and it smells earthy. And there's like vines like hanging out, like not vines, roots hanging out of it, and it goes in, into the darkness. But what you also note is when you turn around, that right above it is one of the rectangular tubes for connecting to the heat exchanger from the house, and there is a vent panel on the underneath, and there's just like a little like knob that you would turn to unlock it, and it's open and hanging down. But what you also notice from the open and hanging down is that there's multiple little knotted ropes like tied to it so that things could climb down easily, and they almost reach the ground. And also rat droppings all around the floor around where you're at.
Do I see any
Sorry,
silver boots?
You do not see any silver boots, but this is clearly part of the, what are they named? Where'd my file go? The rats on the wall. This is clearly a place that they have, like taken over, or are using as like movement throughout the house.
So I will alert, starting with Bert the bear. I'll be like, look what I found, a hole in the wall. And it looks like it's been used by rats.
Also, one other thing, Bert, simply because of the type of bear you are, and you've been so concerned about this, and others already told you this earlier, you can smell the fresh scent of dryer sheets on the top shelf above the washer and dryer.
Myself.
But the problem is that while you can smell that's like where they're from, like actually all of you could you can smell that scent, right? But like when you look up there, they're not there. There's like no box. It's just like there's like an empty spot between the Clorox and the detergent.
What?
So, yeah.
They took your snuggles, Bert.
No.
Onward.
They've been absconded.
I think we need to go in the hole. Look. That's what Gus pointed out earlier. We might find Cecil there.
And Bert's Bert's snuggle.
Yeah, and maybe Bert's snuggle.
And I will be back for you, Siren.
Let's go for it.
So you climb into the dirt scoured tunnel. The roots like pull at you as you push your way through in the darkness. Tiggy, I'm assuming you're gonna go first because you have dark vision. You can see into the dark.
Yeah. And I give
does Bird as well?
And I give the other ones my flashlight. I don't need it.
Okay. I think everyone else has flashlights as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're all able to. Yeah, don't give. Just keep it.
No, don't give them.
No. you make your way through this tunnel, and it's twisty and curvy and strange. And then you see a group up ahead, and you hear a strange chanting noise. And as you come out of the tunnel, you see like shredded paper on the ground of like weird thing, like it looks like weird paper that's been like just torn up all over the ground. And you see this big open chamber, and all of you know this immediately, that you are now in the Dreamlands, that this tunnel is taking you from Billy's house into the Dreamlands. And here is the not the headquarters, but the stronghold of the rats in the wall. And you
And
realize
then
that on
you just
and-
took me
and you
somewhere
realize-
that I normally play Cthulhu from Dreamlands. So go ahead to the Dreamlands.
there's a reason I chose that name. But you see that the walls themselves, like while the floor is clearly like dirt that's been like the tunnel you were in was like dirt in like the ground. Floor that's been torn out and covered in like shredded paper, and the walls themselves, even though they're farther away, look like the interior of like wall paneled like walls. So this is their walls, and it's this big thing that goes high up into the darkness. And there's like different levels with like 2x4 cross beams and whatnot. And it's there's all sorts of like rat nests like built all over the place. And you see at the far end a cage that's hanging kind of like in the air, and you see a centipede, a silvery centipede named Cecil, sleeping in the cage. And the light source that you saw, that green light, is at the far end, and there's this weird scabby rat, and it's got some weird outfit on with like little spikes hanging out from the back, like on its back, like that are sticking up, and it's like got this big green cauldron, and it's like stirring the cauldron, and the light is glowing from it. And he takes another plastic shoe off of Cecil. Cecil has very few shoes left, and like throws it into the cauldron, and the cauldron bubbles up. And you take all of this in, and then at just as like you're like, oh, what are we gonna do? You hear squeaking from all around you, and you see bunches of little rats, like little red eyes, like open up and go squeak, squeak. And Hampton, you immediately recognize that this is an alarm, and that these rats have noticed you, and they're here. So everyone, roll initiative.
Woo! It's the wild ones. All right.
I'm just gonna. Never mind. Yeah.
Is that still 2d6?
Unless you have an advantage
right.
trait that says that you get 3d6, which some
All
of
right.
you do. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
yeah,
roll
you
it,
can.
and then add it together and tell me what your total roll is. And I will ask real quickly here what your rolls are.
On 3 dice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quote a comic now. Snicked.
Okay, so Hampton, what was your total?
10.
All right, nice. Okay, get back to there. Okay, Foxy, what was your total?
5.
What was that? I did my headphones cut out.
5.
5. Okay, good. Morgan.
5.
Okay. Gus.
12.
12. Tiggy.
Woo!
3.
3.
Yeah.
That's okay. You were overcome with the
On
you're
3
overcome with the
dice.
sight of your friend Cecil. And Bert, what was your total?
3.
3 as well. Okay.
I'm watching for the siren to emerge at any moment.
Clear. All right, I'm going to put in the chat the order so that everyone can see really quickly here. So I'm copy and pasting over here. Hopefully this is in the correct order and I don't mess this up.
Make sure you put when the rat version of the Skeksis go.
What?
Man, I was thinking Nicodemus.
Yeah, maybe and it could be like, yeah.
Creepy
Actually,
to this day.
This whole thing, speaking of movies that traumatized us when we were kids, this whole thing makes me think of that a Christmas toy, 1986, where if the adults or whatever catch the toys moving, they die. It's like Toy Story if Toy Story were written by a bunch of murderous sociopaths.
Yep.
So Gus, Hampton, Rats, Foxy, Morgan, Bert. That's going to be our initiative order. So just really quickly, recap, you get to have 2 actions. You have any 2 of these 4. You can attack, you can evade, you can focus, and you can move. Attack is you make an attack test, and you if you succeed, you do 1 point of damage. You can evade, which is until the start of your next turn. After you're hit in combat, you make a test with disadvantage. If successful, the attack misses instead. Focus, your next attack test succeeds on a 4, 5, or 6. And move is you move 25 inches or like 1 zone. So it's going to be like moving from one area to the next. The Cecil is, I will say, far away, as is the rat warlock, who's by the thing. So that would be like 2 zones away. So that would be 2 movement actions to get to them. And there are rats in the walls, or on the walls, actually. So all along the walls on either side, there's bunches of little rats. Now, for you having fought the rats in the past, the rats aren't tough. Cockroaches are even less tough. And if you hit them, they're gonna like go down or scamper away. They're not very brave. And but the problem is there's just so many of them. It's like almost like an unending tide of these little creatures. Oh shoot, no, I didn't copy it over. How did that not copy over? Okay, oh well, that's okay. Here we go. Tiggy is also a 3 with Bert. So
Thank you.
Sorry. I think what happened is when I went to copy and paste the 2 of you, it only picked up Bert and then failed to. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right. So Gus, you're the first to like realize what's happening, and you can act first.
So I probably fixated in on the big rat, not even looking at the other ones. I'm going to charge toward it. It says I'm armored, so that's going to help. But it says that I get some sort of bonus here, defender. So I'm going to defend Cecil. I'm going to charge forward toward the rat, whatever it was, warlock.
Yeah, the rat warlock. Yeah.
I'll probably spend my whole turn moving toward him.
Okay. So yeah, it'll take 2 move actions to get up to Cecil, who's inside the cage. Yeah. So you run with your little corgi legs, like just stretching as far as you can, little plush corgi legs, all the way across this open space as the rats begin to pour down off the walls, and you slide into place in front of the cage. Cecil is kind of laying down quietly, and you turn and like look at all the creatures that are around to like kind of like defend Cecil, and you're like, in your fiercest plush corgi growl. All right, Hampton, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I see the rats like running towards us.
They're coming off on either side, basically.
Coming off on either side. So are they on the ground yet? Like
some of them are, yeah. Some of them started on the ground. Some of them are up on the like higher places and stuff.
Okay.
And there's cockroaches mixed in with them, I should say, little tiny cockroaches.
Okay, so I want to activate the hamster ball of doom.
Of course.
So this says counts as 2 so blah blah blah. Test 2d6 to attack by rolling into or over your target. I would like to roll over them
sure.
while moving towards the warlock rat.
Of course. Okay.
Okay. So roll 2d6.
Yep.
Okay. I got combined 5. I have a 3 and a 2.
Okay. So as you for your first action, you're attacking, and so you're trying to roll over some of these rats. Mostly cockroaches are on the ground right now, and they see you coming, and they have heard of the hamster ball of doom from their smushed compatriots, and so they're just like cockroaches delight. They just like scatter out of your way as you're like rolling towards them, and they're like, and the cockroach is just like, oh crap, and they all they're saying in their tiny cockroach voices like, oh, get out of the way, flee, and they're like flee before you like a little tide.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that you said because you're moving towards the warlock that your other action is gonna be a move as well, right?
It says I can move up to 45 inches around instead of the standard 20 or 30.
Right. Yeah. So you're moving. So yeah, you're moving 45 inches. So
Yeah.
you're like 3/4 of the way there to the warlock. Gus is just a little ways ahead of you. All right. So the rats pour off the walls. And let's see here really quickly. Okay. Okay, so the rats pour off the walls. Most of them are moving down this round, and then the warlock turns to Gus, and he says something in high squeakish, which you don't understand. And Hampton, you're too far away to like understand what what they're saying, because high squeakish is a strange ancient dialect. And he does this with his hands, and then like green lightning arcs out towards you, and you like dodge your long corgi body, and it like you kind of do a U shape, and it slams into the ground there nearby you and explodes into little green electrical arcs and misses you. And the rest of the rats have now swarmed off the walls, and the cockroaches as well, and are down amongst the rest of you. So they've done their movement for the first round. Foxy, you are up.
I think Foxy wants to try. Maybe it's too late for diplomacy.
I mean, you can try. It's definitely not a. It's never too late to try. I'll say that.
So rather than diplomacy, can I try to convince them that they should stop fighting us because we have the hamster ball of doom and plenty of weapons on our side?
Yeah, sure. So you're gonna try to kind of like intimidate them and make sure that they don't want to like mess with all of you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see real quick. Where is your character sheet? There it is. Yeah. Okay. So give me a roll with advantage. You are charismatic.
Okay. I have a 6.
Fantastic. Hold on. Let me make a roll really quickly here. Okay. Fantastic. Oh wait, where did I go? I lost my sheet. All right, give me another roll right now, Foxy, with advantage for insight.
I have a 5.
Nice. Okay. So the warlock turns to you. Actually, you try to like you're like, we have the hamster ball of doom. There's more. We are strong and powerful. The Knights of the Underbed. Don't mess with us. Do you also say like we're here just for Cecil? Do you say anything about Cecil, or what do you want to say?
Yeah. Let Cecil go.
And the Downy sheets.
Don't push it, Bert.
And the Downy sheets.
And you see the warlock turn to look at you, and he sees the hamster ball of doom because he was like off on his periphery, and he stops and he like kind of shakes and like leans back against the giant cauldron and puts out his hand, and in high squeakish, which you clearly speak because you took it during summer school in diplomat training as a fox princess, he says, oh, not the dreaded Knights of the Underbed. We've lost many to your combats before us. Oh, Horde. If we are to grant you the freedom of Cecil, then we demand his shoes in exchange. For there are many of us, and even if we all lose, we will overwhelm you before the last one of us falls. And you can clearly see he is bluffing his butt off. He is very afraid, and he thinks you will just raffle stop him, and his entire army of rats and cockroaches. And all the rats like are running, but they all like kind of stop in a moment and kind of turn to look at the warlock, and then they all turn to look at you. And the cockroaches stop as well. They're like at the edge of the shadows, and they're all like, and then all you see all these little antennae turn to look at you, Foxy.
What are you doing with the shoes?
That is of my high mystery magics. They grant us great power for the rats. It is not for you to know.
Hampton?
Yes.
I think that our warlock forgets himself.
Huh. Should we teach him a lesson?
I think that we might have to.
Wait, why? Wait. Why?
I'm gonna like choke up on my little cricket bat.
Wait, he's going to free Cecil.
We don't know
Everyone
that yet.
stop.
But
He's
this
going to
isn't
free
consensual.
Cecil. He's going to free Cecil. He clearly is a coward. He's going to free Cecil. He's going to give us the downy sheets. We are going to be on our way. He can keep the sheets. This is a done deal. Hand over Cecil, hand over the downy sheets, and we shall be on our way. And you may keep the shoes.
He really likes the downy sheet.
There's no need anyone shall always remember that the measure of any of us is how one treats those who cannot help us or will not help us. In this moment, we shall spare them because that is who we are.
Rat looks at the bear, and then he looks back at Foxy like, you're clearly the one that's like making the deal with me, so like, what do you say?
The one with the brains here.
True.
Do they? Does the warlock say anything, or are they just looking at me?
He's looking at you, waiting for your answer. Like, what are you gonna say?
Give us Cecil. Give us the downy sheets.
Fine, but we're keeping the shoes. And he like motions, and all the rats like immediately run. And you notice that the shoes have Cecil isn't wearing their shoes. They're like stacked in a pile near the thing. And a rat runs up, Gus, kind of like gives you space, and it's like got his tiny little rat paws up and goes over to the cage and unlocks the cage and opens it. Cecil looks up and like, hey guys, how you doing?
Cecil!
Comes out like all 11 million legs.
I'm bouncing around. I'm happy.
Cecil is of a similar line to yours, Foxy. Cecil is clearly a beanie doll that's like a long, like floppy, like flat beanie doll. So he's like, hey guys! And he's like flopping out of his cage. Bert, you see the warlock in high squeakish say to several of the cockroaches and stuff he's giving orders, and you see a box of dryer sheets just like move magically towards you, hovering on the ground, and it arrives right in front of you, and it's like open, and the fresh scent of clean laundry like wafts over all of you. And
I want to
and,
jump it. Can I jump it? No, it's
and
too
then
small. It's too small.
just as you're about to like get onto it, like about 50 cockroaches like come skittering out from underneath it to like run back to the shadows, and the box drops onto the ground. But then the warlock is like, all right, now leave, go, be gone, and never bother us again. And you can all leave if you'd like, back down the tunnel.
Tiggy is jumping around, and as it jumps in front of the head rat, just as it touches before it jumps further, it just looks him in the eye and said, I know where you live, and then jumps around.
And he like gets really big eyes like, oh crap.
Oh yeah.
Today, Foxy is a hero. Let us continue out.
Yay.
Yeah. I'm just happy.
And
Cecil
he's
is
gonna
back.
can someone carry the Downy sheets out? I've already got one.
Gus will carry them out.
You all carry the Downy sheets out. Cecil comes along with all of you. He's bouncing along with Tiggy, and you make it out through the tunnel and back into the laundry room. And at this moment is when you realize that these stairs are going to be impossible to climb back up. But because of Gus's ancient knowledge, you all realize that if you just hang out here in the morning, someone's going to come and take care of this. So
We all went through the laundry chute. If we lay here long enough, they'll just wash us and put us back up in Billy's room, all nice and sparkly clean, and we will smell like Downy.
Right. So exciting.
so the next morning, you hear the creak of the basement door open and then shut, and you hear steps on the stairs, and Billy's dad shows up, and he's clearly just finished getting ready for the morning, and he's looking around, and he goes over to the laundry basket and sees all of you just laying in the laundry basket. He's like, I guess, Mom. I guess maybe something. And he notices Bert is covered in Bert and Tiggy are covered in dust bunnies. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess so. And he takes the load of you and just pours all of you, including Cecil, into the thing. And then he sees Hampton in the ball he's like, oh God, and leads in and picks up the hamster and holds the hamster ball, and then finishes it and starts laundry, and then goes upstairs and is how the hell? What the hell? And as he's going down the hallway, he sees the dog, and he's like, Bob, don't do that again. And Bob's like, what the heck happened? Bob's half asleep.
And Hampton laughs.
Yeah, exactly.
We're this
tiny
close to hamster side.
I know.
And he puts you back. It connects you to your space base. And a few hours later, your 5 friends join you, clean and fresh and laundered.
And we had the joyride because we were taken to 2 rides: the washing ride and the drying ride.
The ride and the laundry basket ride.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That would have been the darkest.
This.
Thank you so much. That would have been the darkest turn to the funnest, cutest game ever. And at the end,
And
you
then-
take all the damage, hamster, and you're dead.
Yep. But
Downy.
sadly,
This was fun. This was
Dad didn't
Oh,
notice.
What a cute game. Where can
Oh
we
my
get
gosh.
this game?
You can get this game in print or PDF on drivethrurpg.com.
Yep.
It's published by Gallant Knight Games, and it is part of the Tiny D6 line of games. Although it is technically my system, or it's not my system. It's a Tiny D6 system, which Gallant Knight Games owns. But they publish all my stuff for me. So, but it's my setting that I came up with and everything like that. So yeah. And one of the cool things about the game is here is the game. Oh, 1 second. I just knocked it off the table. Here's the Game Master screen for the game. And there's all the basic rules for the game right there.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the entire thing for the rules. And this is the book. This is the main book. You may recognize a few of you there.
Yeah.
Um,
I want that one.
It's
and
so
then there's
adorable.
also, I think these are available as well, which is the fancy hardcovers. But the coolest thing about this is that when we did the Kickstarter, we did very well, and we were able to get a whole bunch of really great authors to write expansions and other cool things. So this is the book with bad guys and GM rules and all that, all the monsters and nightmares, and then the actual character creation, and then the very beginning is the rules, this tiny spot. But this huge section at the back, it's all sorts of alternative settings and rules, robots in disguise, squeaks and squirts, which is where Hampton comes from, and just other settings and places in the Dreamlands, the actual city of Underbed, and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the game.
But this
And
game is
yeah,
That was so
perfect
much
if you're
fun.
gonna play with
That was fun.
kids
No, I think
Yeah.
it's
and
Yeah.
adults, obviously, because hey, but yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Adults
what
that
a-
behave like kids.
Yes.
What a really great
People I know.
vehicle also for working with families with kids, like for
Totally.
facilitating that whole dialogue and dynamic and exploring those relationships
Yeah.
in a family setting. That'd be super interesting to see
Yeah.
too.
And
When I did,
connection through play.
Yeah. When I did play testing for this, I play tested this extensively at RinCon in Tucson, which is a fantastic convention. If any of you are ever in that area and get down there, it's near the end of the year in October, I think. And they have a family track and like a kid track as well, which is specifically like any kids who are at the convention, their parents want to go play games. There's a place with like certified like what is that called? Like daycare people who like run the kid track, and the kids like all hang out there and just play games and stuff. So I went and ran games there for the kids. So I had a couple games where it was just kids, and the youngest I had was a 5-year-old, and I had like a couple like 10 and 11-year-olds there, and everything in between. And then I also had a couple games where we played with parents with their children. So we actually had a 3-year-old play with his mom in one of the games. That was the youngest, but we had several other like parent kid combos too, and they all loved it and had a great time. And yeah, and then I've also run it at conventions for like all adults, and we've been able like, and we've done stuff where it's like gotten darker and grimmer and stuff like that as well. So because some of the bad guys, what I call nightmares in the game, are like cultural nightmare type creatures. So there's like the Banshee and Baba Yaga and La Llorona and Opanacht and all sorts of like very scary things. So like not stuff you necessarily want to show to like a 3-year-old or even a 5 or 6-year-old.
The
Stuff that like
Kukui.
teenagers, yeah, stuff like the teenagers would be like, oh, this is awesome, or adults that can totally handle that sort of thing.
And as I sit here and I think about it a little bit further, like what a great way to address, because I sometimes struggle with like, how do you really address some of the earlier stages of Ericksonian developmental stages too? What a great system to explore that with, like trust versus mistrust and stuff like that come at a very early age, and how to address it through thematic stuff in an interesting way with adults who are still struggling with those issues. Yeah, cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good job, Ben. Who knew you had all that planned out when you made this game?
Yeah, totally.
He's like, wow, Kim gets me.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, the idea was playing with with the stuffed animals of my kids, with them, and telling them stories. Actually, the very first ones were Pengui the penguin, which was a stuffed animal of my daughter when she was like 7 or 8. I mean, we played with it before, but like we started telling stories with Pengui, and then like more stuffed animals got involved. Tiggy was very early. Tiggy, by the way, is the nephew of Pengui. I don't know if you know that, but one of the side details. And yeah, and Gus is based off of an actual corgi we had named Gus, who she got a plush Gus, so she got a plus corgi, so she named that one Gus, so that the actual and she like Foxy and Morgan and Bert are all bears or stuffed animals that one or both of my kids had or have still, I should say. So they're all based off of like stuff like that and like the stories told. And I was like, I want a game, because my son was really young and he wanted to be involved in role-playing games that my daughter was getting involved in at the time. And he's like, I want to be involved, I want to play. And so I was like, well, let's see about making something that's like simple enough that a kid can play, that's that's at the verbal stage, but also not too complicated that they can't. So yeah, so that was kind of the basis of the idea.
Because you can't change the stuffed animals for the stuffed animals that the kid you're playing with have. So it's and this reminds me of a picture I see in a cartoon. I seen of a teddy bear standing on the bed with a wooden sword defending the kid that's sleeping against the nightmares.
Yeah,
I've seen
that picture. Like I was thinking about like, well, how do I like, what sort of like setting do I set it in? And I saw that picture, and it's saved on my Google Drive still in the same folder with the alpha stuff for Nighty Nights, and that was like my desktop picture for a year while I was writing this and like developing it. Like that picture.
It's an awesome picture. And
I sent that to my artist when she did all the art for the stuff. I like sent her actual photos of stuff, and then I sent her like that picture. I'm like, this is kind of the feeling that I want for that game.
What a wonderful little love story to your kid too. Yeah, like, that's a nice little archival love story to your kid.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
This
they're
was
pretty
fun.
awesome. My daughter just turned 18 yesterday, which is like,
Wow. Wow.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, and she still has Penguin and Morgan and Foxy and Gus stuffed animals. So and Tiggy too. Yes,
Now,
definitely.
no
Tiggy.
explanation. Just send her a box of Downy dryer sheets. Don't explain.
Right. Yeah.
Just send
Exactly.
it.
The way Bert the bear is in the other room over there because Bert and the dog Puppy, which is another stuffed animal, both of those she gave to my son when he was little because he
Aw.
loved them so much, and he would like carry them around the house even though they were her stuffed animals and he had his own. He would carry those around, and so she like eventually gave them to him. So they're over there. She's actually down in Arizona, and I'm up in Washington State right now because she's going to go to school up in or down in Arizona.
Where in Washington are you?
Olympia area.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we moved for work and for my health and stuff. But yeah, so that's the game. That's where it comes from.
Beautiful. I really had a great time.
Yeah, this is a fun game.
It's a fun group, fun game.
Yeah, definitely.
And Nikki,
Everyone that was
did you
awesome.
ever decide to do one about a Christmas toy? Let me know, because that horrified me as a child. Like,
Yeah, is it a Muppet?
Like-
Is it a Muppet movie, Brian?
it's a Muppet movie, and yeah, like they're the animals, the stuffed animals come to life and do all kinds. Like I said, it's like Toy Story, except that instead of like Andy's coming and they fall down, like if you're caught outside of your place or they see you moving, or you die, you just dead instantly and you will no longer revive. And so it's like I'm horrified as a small, because it came out when I was like 6 years old. I'm horrified that I'm going to open the door and kill one of my beloved stuffed animals.
I will file that one away for not this upcoming Christmas because we're doing Gremlins this Christmas.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Yeah. That and Die Hard.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is so a Christmas movie.
Technically, it's a Christmas movie. It happens during Christmas. But I mean, the same with Gremlins, right? Like they're like thematically.
Gremlins
completely
is
different.
a Christmas movie, though, for
Very
sure.
much, yeah.
Hot take. I'm gonna walk that line. Like,
Just like E.T. is a Halloween movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one did you say?
E.T. is a Halloween
Oh,
movie.
right.
Right.
Okay,
But,
gotcha.
and you know, so like E.T.'s species appears in Star Wars. There's a
Right.
moment when they're walking E.T. around and they're all trick or treating, and some kid is dressed as Yoda, and
Yeah.
E.T. tries to follow him. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Spielberg
wait,
and
I
Lucas
recognize that race. Yeah.
yeah, Spielberg and Lucas are like friends in real life, and so they're always putting like Easter eggs of each other's movies and their things.
Actually, the
So,
same
yeah,
way Terminator and Aliens are also the same world,
And
actually.
Predator,
And Predator, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, oh,
and
Terminator's fun. Oh.
possibly Blade Runner.
Yeah, I was about to
because,
say that.
they have
Yeah.
corporations. They share corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah.